Good morning, my students. How are you today? I wish all of you are fine. Inshallah, we will see you so soon in the school. As you see here, we are going to start with a new lesson, which is common multiples of two whole numbers. First of all, let's recall from grade 4 what are the fact family of 3, 4, and 12. In the fact family, as you see, we have 4 equations. We will start with 3 times 4 equal 12. And we have, now we will switch them. We write that 4 times 3 equal 12. Then we have 12 divided by 4 equal 3. And now let's switch 12 divided by 3 equals 4. Here, now we will start with activity 1 in our book. We are going to write the multiples of 3. First of all, what are the multiples of 3? Where do we bring them? We bring them from the multiplication table of 3. And we write, look how do we write them? Write letter M, which is the abbreviation of multiples. We open here like this, the bracket. We write 9. Sorry, 3, because we're writing the multiples of 3. We close the bracket. Then we put 2 points up to each other. The first multiple of all numbers is always 0. Remember this, so important. 0 is a multiple of all numbers, because in each multiplication table, we start with 0. Yani 3 times 0 is 0. So then 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 2, 6. 3 times 3, 9. I'm writing the multiples. 3 times 4 is 12. 3 times 5 is 15. 3 times 6, 18. Then 21, 24, 27, 30. Now, our question was write the 10 first multiples of 3. So we should write only 10 multiples. As you see, I wrote till 30. Is this correct? Let's count them. How many multiples did I write? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, this is not correct because I should write just 10 multiples. So 30 is not correct. I have to erase it and reach only 27. Multiples are till infinity. Yani I can write multiples till infinity. I always add 3, 3, 3. And this doesn't stop. يعني في as I like I can add 3. Here the 10 first multiples of 4, the same as I did up, and we can write as we want يعني till infinity, but the question here says just write how many multiple? 10 multiples. So we will write letter M. We will open that bracket and we will write the digit 4. We will close that bracket. Then we are going to put 2 points up to each other. In this way, we will start with 0, 0, 4. Of course, 4 times 0 is 0. 4 times 1, 4. 4 times 2 is 8. We bring them from the multiplication table. Then we have 12. We have 16. We have 20. I'm adding 4 by 4. 24. 28, 32, then 36. These are 10 multiples. And here we are going to stop because we cannot write more than 10 multiples. Now we are going to write the first common multiples of 3 and 4. What does the word common means? When I say the word common, common means مشترك. يعني a multiple that you find it in 3 and you find it also in 4. Of course, we know all of us that the first common multiple is 0. Why 0? Because 0 is a common multiple of all numbers. يعني always when you want to write the common multiples, you should write 0 as the first one. So the common multiples of 3 and of 4, we put them like this. Then we put 2 points up to each other. And of course, I will start with 0. 0 is the first common multiple. Now I'm going to search for more common multiples. I will bring the pen and we will circle them together. What do we have common multiples between 3 and 4? The first one is, as I said, is 0. Then we have 12. And we have 24. As you see, they are common up and down. So the first 3 common multiples of 3 and 4 are 0. Then we have 12. Then we have 24. These are the first common multiples. We are done now from this activity. We are going to move. for something else. Now we are going to talk about divisors, divisors of 12. But before we start with divisors, I want to remind you with a small thing here about the word multiples. The word multiples, as I told you, it comes from the multiplication table. Yani when I say the word multiples, it means from the multiplication table. There is another word that we took it in our last lesson, which is divisible by. I want you to know that the two terms, multiples and divisible by, they have the same meaning. Why? Because here, as you see, I will take an example. 27, for example, I will not circle it because you will think that it's a common multiple. For example, I will choose 24, okay? 24, I write here, 24 is a multiple. 24, this note is very important. 24 is a multiple of 3. Okay, why it's a multiple of 3? Because 24, I find it in the multiplication table of 3. I also can write that the 24 is divisible by 3. Why can I say here that 24 is divisible by 3? Because we took the lesson of divisibility. 4 plus 2 equals 6. Here we have to add the sum. 2 plus 4 equals 6. So 24 is divisible by 3. So here you should know that the two terms multiple and divisible by, they have the same meaning. And you start with the multiple here, 24, you can say is multiple of 3, or we can say 24 is divisible by 3. They have the same meaning. Remember this note, very important one. Now we will start with something new, which is the divisors. Divisors of a 12. Before telling the meaning of the word divisors, let's together check what are the two numbers in the multiplication table. When you multiply them by each other, you get a product which is 12. What are the two numbers that gives a product to 12? I will start with a 12 times 1. Of course, 12 times 1 equal 12. The second one, Yalla, let's think together. What do we have? Two numbers, their product is 12. We have 6 times 2 equal 12. Another example, what do we have? We have 3 times 4 equal 12. Do we have anything else that gives me 12? No, we don't have. These are only the numbers that their product is 12. Now, to know what does the divisors mean, we can look here. The divisors are these here. Divisors are the divisors of 12 are these. They are 12, 1, 6, 2, 3, and 4. Divisors are the numbers that you can, when you divide them, when you divide the 12 by them, you get an answer with no remainder. Yani, what's the teacher saying? Let's see together. If we have 12 candies, okay, imagine that we have 12 candies. We want to divide them by 3. Okay, I will make 3 groups. 1, 2, 3. These 3 groups. I'm going to put candies here, okay? First of all, I gave a candy for each one. I used the 3 candies. Then a candy for each one. I used 6 candies. Now I used 9 candies. Then a candy for each one. I used the 12 candies. Each student took how many candy? 4 candies. Do I have any remainder here? I don't have any remainder. The remainder is 0. Remainder means الباقي. So the remainder here is 0. It means that 3 is divisor of 12. Why 3 is a divisor of 12? Because if you divide the 12 by 3, you will get an answer, a quotient without remainder. The remainder is 0. Also, yani, if you have 12 candies, you can divide them among 12 students. Each student will take 1. So 12 is also a divisor of 12. If you divide the 12 divided by 1, and you have 12 candies, you give them for one person only, this person will take the whole 12 candies. So also 1 is a divisor of 12. You know that 1 is a divisor of all numbers. Here, if you divide the 12 divided by 6, and I have 12 candies, I divide them among 6 students, each student will take 2, and we will have no remainder. If we have 12 candies, we divide them among 3 students. Each student will take 4 and we will have no remainder. Also, according to 4, if we have 12 candies, we divide them among 4. Each one will take 3 and we will have no remainder. طيب, I will ask you a question now. Is 5 a divisor of 12. يعني if you have 12 candies, you want to divide them among 5 students. Let's do it together. Let's make 5 groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 12 candies. We will divide them among 5. Okay, each one will take 1 candy now. These are 5 candies. Now each one will take the other candy. We have 10 candies. But I still have 2 candies, okay? I have 2 candies. It's a remainder. I can distribute 2 candies among 5 students. So 2 is a remainder. Because 2 is a remainder, we say that 5 is not a divisor of 12. Why 5 is not a divisor of 12? Because if you divide 12 divided by 5, you will have a remainder 2. So 5 is not a divisor. Here we have some questions of true or false. Let's answer them. 12 is a multiple of 3. Is it 12 a multiple of 3? Of course, yes, because in the multiplication table of 3, we can find the 12. So 12 is a multiple of 3, or we can say 12 is divisible by 3. Remember this term, they have the same meaning. We can either say that 12 is a multiple of 3 or 12 is divisible by 3. 14 is a multiple of 3. Do we have 14 in the multiplication table of 3? So we don't have. So 14 is not a multiple of 3, or we can say that 14 is not divisible by 3. Now, is a 3 a divisor of 12? What does this mean? And if I divide 12 divided by 4, the answer that I get it has no remainder. The remainder must be 0. Yes, of course, 3 is divisor of 12 because 12 divided by 3 equals 4 and we have remainder 0. No candies will remain. We explained it here, okay? We explained it here. When we have 12 divided by 3, each student will take 4 candies and the remainder is 0. Because the remainder is 0, then 3 will be a divisor. 9 is a divisor of 12. Here, when we were saying that the numbers that gives me 12, did we find 9? Is there 9 here? There is no 9. So, of course, 9 is not a divisor of 12. Why? Because if we divide the 12 divided by 9, and if we have 12 candies, we want to distribute them among 9 students, each student will take 1 candy, but we have 3 candies remain because we have remainder here. So, we can't say that 9 is a divisor of 12. This is wrong. Now, let's together go for page 12 and let's try to do this exercise, which is true or false. Tell whether the following statements are true or false. 48 is a common multiple of 6 and 8. Is 48 a common? Yani, can you find 48 in the multiplication table of 6? And can you find it in the multiplication table of 8? Of course, my 6 times 8 is 48. So, of course, this is true. If one of the two numbers is 0, then the product is 0. Of course, you know that the term product means the answer of multiplication, and the term sum means the answer of the plus. Remember this. And the term quotient is the answer of division. You have to memorize them. And the term difference is the answer of minus. Here, if one of the two numbers is 0, and if we have two numbers, the product means times. Two numbers, one of them is 0, then the product is 0. Of course, any number I multiply it by 0, I will get 0. The product of 571 times 89 is a common multiple of 571 and 89. What does this mean? And if you have two numbers, you multiply them by each other, their product will be a common multiple of these two numbers. Let's take a small numbers, okay? Because these numbers are big, you will not understand. Let's take, for example, 3 and 4, the one that we took before. Let's write 3. They are saying here that 3 times 4, which is 12, okay? So the product, which is 12, will be common multiple of 3 and 4. رح يكون this number هو common multiple يعني موجود بجدول 3 وبجدول 4. Is that correct? Of course correct. Here it's the same but the number are bigger. يعني عم يقولوا لنا the product of 571 times 89 and I don't know the answer and I don't want to know it. But the product that we will get here, you can find it in the multiplication table of 571 and in the multiplication table of 89, of course, as I said here, but with the small numbers. 1 is not a divisor of 13. Of course, it's wrong because 1 is a divisor of all number. As we said, 1 is a divisor of all numbers. And 0 is what? Is a multiple of all number. Is this number a multiple of 9? How can we know? We have to find the sum. Because I said that multiple means divisible by. They have the same meaning. When I say multiple or divisible by, they have the same meaning. How can I know if this number is multiple? When it's divisible by 9, then it's a multiple of 9. We have to find the sum. Yani we say 2 plus 7 plus 3 plus 6 plus 4 plus 5. When we add them, we will get the answer, which is 27. The sum, as I said, yani plus is 27. Can we find the 27 in the multiplication table of 9? Yes, so this number is divisible by 9. The sum of two numbers of 5 is not a multiple of 5. يعني عم بقلنا if we have two numbers that are multiple of 5 and we add them, we say that sum means we add them, then we will not get a multiple of 5. Let's check together. Let's choose any two multiples of 5. For example, 15 plus 10. What do we get? We get 25. Is it 25 a multiple of 5? Of course, yes. So how they are saying that not a multiple of 5? Of course, it's wrong. Oh, let's take another example. For example, 25 plus 15. How much 25 plus 15? It's 40. 40, is it a multiple of 5? Yes. Why you are saying not a multiple? Of course, it's multiple, so it's wrong. Are these three numbers, 36, 54, 63, are consecutive multiple of 9? What does it mean consecutive? Consecutive means that they are after each other directly. يعني دغري ورا بعض. ما في شيء بيفصلهم. No, because after 36, what do we have? 36 بالmultiplication table of 9, we have 36, 45, 54. But here they missed 45. They did not write it, so they are not consecutive. It's wrong. So this is everything for today about our lesson, which was common multiples. Don't forget the most important terms in this lesson you have to memorize are multiple and divisible by. They have the same meaning. When I say multiple, as I said here, multiple or divisible by, they have the same meaning. And the term divisor. They are so important. You have to understand them very well. I wish you enjoyed our lesson. Stay safe and thank you for your listening. Goodbye.